This time round, focused on Dylan rounds. Casually talking about it, formally talking about it, whichever. Questionings, questions, welcome, all in all. See if anyone joins, see if anyone has any points. Of course, the longer the case goes on, it might get a bit tough to start thinking of additional stuff. Little lights on there, little pathway. Any frogs tonight, I wonder? Lingo bingo. Cat peeping out the box. Does the cat fit in the box? Hopefully. Has the cat got in the hat? Milo and Otis. I think that's a popular name, that. Don't some American people call their pets Oreo? I've heard of that before. So welcome to those who are present. Kind of focus on Dylan rounds. I can share some thoughts, but if people have questions about the case, you can. Cat loves boxes. Can't remember. I don't think my cats in the past didn't really bother with boxes. I think they were interested in bags, crawling into them, but didn't always go well. Can we see your fridge now? That'd mean walking inside. Prefer doing it in the dark down here. It doesn't show too much, nor does it show too little. Hi there, Tom. Have you got any questions, or like how you would ask for my thoughts on something in the Dylan rounds? We can try it now because it's more on the spot. Shout out to Leopard Print. Is that a new viewer? Why did the comments disappear so quick? Weird. Oh, there we go. I just had to select the setting. Do you know when James Brenner's trial is? So Leopard Print, originally speaking, it was supposed to happen the 14th of August, but it's been pushed back to October 2nd. That's the same court date as Koberger, if I'm correct in saying. There's that feeling and sense that when it does come to October 2nd, it's likely that Brenner's case will be pushed back further once again. Wouldn't be a surprise. Once it happens a few times, you just kind of get used to it. There's no. Why is that light turning on up there? Should be a sensor one. Weird. You see the trees? Yeah. Not really. Do you have any questions, Tom? I mean, I myself at the moment don't have questions. Sometime in the past when I was doing the Dylan Rounds case coverage video, I ended up writing down a list of questions and then did a video focused on it. Sometimes trying to answer myself. What's this? Have you ever heard anything about the demise of Ed and Dylan's partnership? You're welcome, Leopard. Talking to Dale's wife. Okay. Alright, I'll just scroll through the comments. Have you ever heard anything about the demise of Ed and Dylan's partnership with the Hogs? I heard it was a bad breakup. I'm just trying to think, why do people think Brenner is deathly ill? Well, from one source, Missy, passed from Indiana, that recently on Mob Crew Chris's channel during one of the live stream chats, some woman came on in who supposedly has experience in a certain field. I don't know if it's to do with autopsies of younger people or something of higher authority, and confirmed that Brenner's got a form of dementia. Don't know if it's true or not, but that's what was mentioned. As for some other people that may have attended the court hearing of Brenner back in the past, some months ago, they first reported saying that Brenner appeared to look ill, like he was wearing a mask over his face. So there's assumptions. But then when the next court hearing occurred, the last one, more people were in consensus saying, yeah, he appeared healthy, he appeared better. Okay. From what I've heard, there is a warrant for Kurt. Yeah, supposedly. Troy Wadsworth appeared in court. Kurt Wadsworth failed to appear in court, so that's why there's that arrest warrant. To return back to Tom's question, it makes me think, when I was looking at that timeline by Quintessential at the time, it was marked on there at some point that Dylan Rounds and Ed Harshbarger got into a quite a big argument, so maybe that ties in line with what you're saying, Tom, of falling out over the hogs. As for that timeline itself, I can't even access it anymore because of Excel, that membership thing. It's just so stupid how it locks you out stuff. It's literally like a paywall. Wish the comments would stand on screen more. I mean, on a side note, if people don't or can't think of any questions regarding the Dylan Rounds case, but you might have questions regarding the Kenny Veach M Cave case, or maybe Idaho 4, you can talk about that as well. Tom, there is the remains of a hurricane headed towards Montello. We're under flood warnings already. Oh, again, that doesn't sound too good. I mean, we can briefly talk about that. I mean, I don't know if hurricanes would cause lots of damage to potential evidence in Lucerne if there is any remaining. As for flooding, I'd agree with that. You know, you think of the Lucerne area, you think of the washers. We've already seen it, haven't we? That actual footage, the photo taken of Lucerne Wash flooded. So if it happens again, gonna mess things up. So Matt Lingo, is Dale returning back onto YouTube in the future, or is that it? Welcome to those watching in the background. Got a little light there. You think Brenner acted alone? Yeah. I mean, the act of taking Dylan Rounds out, the murder act, can be done by oneself, true. As for the disposing, oh, he's sick again. So it's like back-to-back illness. Indiana, it's at its final limit. We're supposed to, what's that? I don't know why the comments keep disappearing though. Go to tap on screen. Right, so it's now or never. Now or never, Indiana. Yeah, was it said on the Find Dylan Rounds Facebook page that it reached the final continuance or something, or the last continuance of his case? So this now or never case, Indiana, do you believe that it's going to get into the case about Dylan Rounds, or not so much? We're supposed to get a couple of checks in today. Okay. Is that a cobweb? Ugh. Quick look at that cobweb. Gotta check where they are because I don't want to be walking into any. Ooh. That's a bit weird. Ooh. Shit. Got the phone a little bit too close there. I don't want to be disturbing any spiders. That wouldn't be good. Yeah, the reason why I do the videos outside is it's just easier. It's not as noisy. It is during the daytime, but at night it's obviously quieter. So why not? And it's just more practical. You know, it's supposed to get a couple of inches in 24 hours. What, inches of rain? Maybe it's not going to be as this time. Just depends how long. longer rainfall, if it saturates the ground so much and then it rains more, yeah, it's definitely gonna flood. Tree there. Could floods raise? Could floods raise a body down a mine shaft, I wonder? When you say that, Indiana, do you mean like wash a body out of a mine shaft or cause it to rise to the top of the surface? I guess it depends how deep a mine shaft is. If it was a shallow one, maybe. But still, with a mine shaft, it's going to have like drainage points, some runoffs and holes. Is it possible that Dylan Round could be in the wash somewhere and then the rain disturbs where he's at, and then pushes him down the wash, possibly? Maybe. Positives and negatives to that, I'll mention them now in my opinion. Let me just turn the light off for a second. I've got some lights down here. So if it does rain and it floods, the positives are it could reveal evidence, it could reveal Dylan Round's remains. The negative is if people aren't present to get hold of that stuff, collect it, retrieve it, recover, it might go to waste, it could spread out, it could be disrupted. If left exposed, animals could get hold of those potential bones and run away with them. So if it was to happen, you're probably best acting fast on the spot. There's a spider on the floor somewhere down here. Is it still present? Oh, I don't know. No, maybe no. Nope, not there. What's this one? Tom, Idaho farmer, says that Dylan was very angry because Ed Harshbarger took all the money from the hogs. Dylan started taking stuff that belonged to Ed to even the score. It was a very large feud. Huh. Personally never really heard it mentioned anywhere else. Candice Cooley, Justin Rounds has never really mentioned Ed Harshbarger, I don't think. Yeah, here's the thing. Oh, what's it? It's Pam. Hi Tom, get prepared. We're all... Okay. See, Ed Harshbarger in the past, right, it's been described as worse than Kurt Wadsworth. Being a bit dodgy dealings and opportunistic behaviour, more to do with money, maybe motivated, driven there. For Dylan Rounds, what's given him a taste of his own medicine? Did that hit hard with Ed? Was Ed like, I can't believe you just done that? Just like what we see on the Dylan Rounds community online, where sometimes you give a person a taste of their own medicine and then you end up firing back. Hi there, Christy, with the big pink rubber gloves. Big hands, almost as big as mine. Idaho farmer is one of Dylan's Idaho farming friends. Okay, fair enough. Idaho farm. Wait, so the Idaho farmer hasn't been on my channel or in the chat, right? Only one was Modest Man, different person. I think when it comes to the Dylan Rounds case, there might be quite a few people out there that are emotionally invested in the case, or when searching for Dylan are emotionally connected to Dylan. Maybe it's because of an age thing, related. Brenner the morning he went missing. I'm not sure. Florida. I mean, from what's been said, at least, by Justin Candice Cooley, it was 6:58 a.m. when Dylan made a call to Brenner. Brenner did not answer. Then the next phone ping, 7:03, supposedly at the Grainshed property. And then after that, likely Dylan taken out. Could he have made any attempts in between from 6:58 to 7:03 to make a call to anyone? I don't know. maybe, or maybe preoccupied by then in getting the truck down, even though people question that. No, he has not been on your channel. He was on Tyler Feller's channel and now on Bob's channel. Ah, so he's still around. That's something, I guess. I wonder what Black Dove thinks of the Dylan Rounds documentary. I wonder. Does he approve of it or not? I think just as a heads up, let's just flip the image around. Let's see if it makes any difference. Just sit down. Sit down, sit down. Necking. Of course I can't get it to sit stable here. I remember the farmer on Tyler's channel. Do you? I don't think I was present much on Tyler Feller's channel. I looked at 1 to 2 videos. It was more like either the timeline or the like explaining the connections between one another. He made a documentary, Hola Guidance. I don't know what else to say in Spanish at this moment in time, but hola. So yeah, just hold on a second. So leopard print, regarding that documentary, it was by Paramount Plus. You'd have to pay to watch it, but don't worry, it's under control there. Paramount Plus documentary crew made it about Dylan Rounds. I guess Candice Cooley, Justin Rounds, more so Candice Cooley, played a main role in appearing in it with the grandparents, talking about the case, basically giving a rough summary of what we've heard, minus the key timestamps and phone pings. There is a review of it on my channel Leopard if you want to hear about details of the documentary. And as well, if you do check that one out, it's titled on my channel Official Dylan Rounds Documentary Review Analysis. If you do check it out, down below in the comment section, pinned comment, there is a link to the full documentary free of charge, so you don't have to pay for anything. So you can watch it all for free, okay? Was that guidance? I spoke with the farmer. He came up onto Salties and spoke on him a few times. Okay. It's in my eye. I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to repeat myself when it's a live stream because people are constantly joining. Well, some are. Anaheim Farmer was the one that said Dylan stayed everywhere that he could do. He wouldn't have to stay with Candice Cooley. He even took showers at the nearest truck stop. Guess it makes sense. On the spot, on the move, on the go. Just making use of what's around you in your environment. I get that. You're welcome, Leopard. Not a proper documentary, docuseries, docudrama. Yeah, I guess that's right, Missy. I'd probably just summarise it as a supposed documentary was just more of a summary of what we've heard over time, but it's missing key details. Guess main aim of it was just to try and spread more awareness, just like how they've done on Facebook, YouTube and other platforms. That's about it. Pinky is here. I mean Inky, getting mixed up there. Hi Inky. Orb. B, is it B or Bay? Is it Bay? Why do I look like a psychopath when I do that? Who's present at the pond? Who's present at the pond? Well, wasn't it Robert Aviles? Who's present at the pond when the phone was found? I believe it was Robert Aviles. And was it Chase Venstra and Robert Aviles? Or like one of them was by the cop car at the time. Only once, the rest was White Ralph reading their chats. Oshi, we're live again. Okay, you're not driving this time, well done. Classy. I just can't believe there are no family or friends of Dylan's that have come out and talk at all. True, I mean, it would have been a good chance and opportunity for them to make an appearance in the documentary, even if it was just brief. But then again, maybe they didn't want to. Or it could be that some of them, defend JD, I don't know, wanted to say something, or maybe throughout the case wanted to appear and do things, but maybe the families out there, Canis Cooley just rounds advised them not to because of their age, not getting dragged through the mud, like maybe the parents have in some way, to avoid being attacked. In a way, it's probably for the best. Is it possible that in the background they might have participated in things? Probably. It's gone all dark all of a sudden. It's because my hand covered the light, that's why. Look at the one kid that spoke to JT, he got a lot of backlash and went mute. Yeah. I wonder if there's like anyone else that covers the Dylan Rounds case anywhere else on YouTube or on other platforms. I don't think so. Even on TikTok, it's very quiet. There was like a channel recently that covered the Dylan Rounds case, summarising it. First time ever. But I don't know, like, it might have been a one-off. I can't remember the name of the channel. But it was like a new person popping in, covering the case in their own video format. But this is the thing, and I can give you a prediction on the spot, okay? If everyone is ready and those in the background are ready. Ima, Shack Lady used to have Black Dove's number. Okay. Do people want to hear a prediction? A live prediction? Let me know. Yeah, one guidance, kind of in recent time. Tends to be those readers tarot cards, but recently it was someone actually telling the story. But it didn't include any research by other people. It was literally telling the same old story. Okay, so Missy is ready for it. So the prediction, what I make is, on the basis that the Dylan Rounds case drags on, right? If it drags on, let's say by next year and maybe a bit after, you'll start seeing an influx over time of YouTube channels, more so big, established, popular YouTube channels that will cover the Dylan Rounds case, basically tell the basic story and regurgitate it over and over again without including any other research or any other creators or investigators or anyone out there that has tried searching. Okay. It's happened with the Kenny Veach case with time. My screen has gone white. Indiana, don't worry, I will fix that. If anyone's got epilepsy, don't close your eyes or something, okay? Indiana, intervention gone in by the name of Tyler. Yeah. I say close your eyes if you need to. Is that better? Whoa, why has it gone so... It's made me a bit brighter then for a second. Interesting. But yeah, in relation to the Kenny Veach case, same old story told there. No research done. No one else mentioning any of the research I've done, even though I covered CCTV footage of what appears to be him alive on camera, and also receiving key information from one of the family members later on in 2022, Kenny Veach supposedly making an attempt of a phone call on his Facebook account. But oh no, all the other YouTubers out there don't acknowledge that. Isn't that typical? That's what I mean. I can make the joke saying that if I actually found a missing person, no one would probably do the research on it. No one would probably acknowledge it. Unless I was an official person or a massive channel. I think if we were able to talk to some of Dylan's friends, we could gather more info. It's the thing, talking to Dylan's friends could get very defensive, protective, or could family members, if they found out about it. You never know. Because it depends who you are at the end of the day. Like, when we have key important stuff on this channel regarding the case, key information, dates, events, whether it be like from Weezer, maybe if Ellen has shared a few points, or Badger, I don't know, anyone, Pam, whatever. They've done it on like their own time when they feel comfortable to say something, right? It's all very natural. Sometimes in the past people have reached out and it's been natural. Videos, shout out to the channel Videos, new viewer from the looks of it, at least on screen. So people have reached out naturally on this channel, right? And it's worked. And it's happened in the past. I seen that was a video that came up on my video list. Kenny Beach had a video of somewhere in AZ. If I find it, I'll send it to you. What, regarding Kenny Beach? Is that... Wait, hang on a minute. Just to double check something. So Pam, what you're referring to, is that the one where Kenny was with his supposed ex-girlfriend at the time, Sharon Pilgrim, in the desert near to an abandoned building, and he was wearing snake guards and he picked up a snake and it was a rattlesnake and he went up to the camera and started showing it to people, then went back and chucked it into a bush? Is that the one you're referring to? I think Dylan trusted Kurt till he gave Chase a ride. Why do you think it went wrong with Chase? Classy, I just can't help but think that everyone is too scared to talk. But who is that scary out there? JD was the closest person to Dylan. If anything out of place was going on, Dylan probably told JD about it. Yeah. But it's like when it comes to Colton, Dylan's brother, younger or older brother, Justin Round said in post when reflecting back on Dylan, saying Dylan would be known to break stuff but keep it to himself, and Colton would be the one to hold the secrets told by Dylan. So if there's any discussions in the past, maybe Colton knows something. My simple question would be, besides Dylan getting into feuds or potential arguments with people, has Dylan Rounds ever been in a threatening situation ever in the past? Has it ever happened? And if so, how did he react back then? The other question would be, how many times has Dylan Rounds got hurt during farm work in general, or custom work? Often or not? Was he clumsy or quite efficient? These little pointers, I would say. What's the time? Okay, we're okay for time. We do it for like another 30 minutes or so. But understandably, with covering the case this long, it can get hard to think of new stuff. I understand that. Skeptical finally popping on in. Shout out to Skeptical. And yes, it is about the Dylan Rounds case, talking about that. For anyone watching right now, if you're not aware, I actually did a Dylan Rounds video a bit earlier on. You'll be able to find it on my channel, the latest video in a live video premiere format. What was it about? I do communicate with Lance probably once a week. Okay, that's something then, I guess. I emailed Lance in the past but never got a response back. But yeah, the video that I covered earlier on tonight, it was to do with Heavy D and his feeling of a red flag towards Brenner in the early days of the case, when Heavy D went down there and did the flyby. And I used a photo to suggest that kind of suspicious behaviour by Brenner at times. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. But yeah, linking back to how people can reach out with information, if people reach out directly on like their own account when they feel comfortable, a bit more natural, sure, you can reach out to people, yeah, and that's what others have done with time. Has it always been a success? Not really. Let's do it again. Well, although not quite to do with Dylan, Tom, I have done I think a live stream for the past few days now. I don't think I'll do it every single day, because it might wear thin eventually, or might run out of things to say. I really need to go back and binge watch all your Dylan Rounds videos. Yeah, you can, classy. I mean, the videos will be there for as long as they can be, you know, basically forever. So you can always refer back to them whenever. Understandably, it's probably hard to look through because the amount of videos present, but, you know, it's just how it is. Would it have been possible to create like a separate playlist on more focused stuff on the case? Maybe, but, you know, going through all those videos again, it would take too long. Sorry, the internet went down. I'll see if I can find it. Send it. It was standing in front of a sign with camera in hand, taking about. I wonder, Pam, is that anything to do with Kenny near his vehicle and he had his hiking poles on Facebook? I wonder. Another friend of Dylan's posted on the official Facebook back June 22nd that he was living with Dylan during the months leading up to his disappearance. I believe his name is Tanner. Is that in Rigby, Idaho? Once a week, Tom. Yeah, that would probably be more practical. You know, maybe this should have been done, this like format, back in the past when there was more to talk about and cover within the case, but I didn't see how like it would work as for live streaming. I think it's probably because of you can only have one screen on like this. If I started loading up Google Earth now or going onto the Find Dylan Rounds Facebook page, you wouldn't be able to see that. I think what would happen is the stream would pause or something. Jackie Moon's mom, or mum, I should say mum. Shout out to Jackie. I don't think the moon is out. Well, I can't see it, unless I'm blind. I can't see it. Where's it gone? Has anyone heard if Justin found his phone? I keep praying. I don't think so, Classy. I'll have a look tomorrow, and if there's an update, I can incorporate that into a video and just pass the message on. I don't know if Justin was hinting at that he doesn't have it backed up on iCloud. I know some people are saying, well, if you've got an Apple device, you can have iCloud. I mean, like for me, do I have iCloud turned on? No, I've got it turned off. I don't want stuff in the cloud. It just gets too messy, too dodgy. You might forget about something and then it's cluttered and I don't know, it just gets dodgy, right? Can't find anything on Dylan other than Lance Kimber doing searches. True. I mean, as I said, every now and then you might get a big YouTube channel, popular one that might cover some kind of update. Still feel that people might return back to covering the court cases when it does get in full swing. Okay. Where's all the planes and trains? It's very quiet. Where are they gone? Hiding. We can point the oops, does it? No, it doesn't do that. I thought if it points up at the sky it would shout. Kinda. 20 minutes from Disneyland. Ooh. Well, there's a bit of a hurricane near Disneyland. I guess the people that wear the costumes there keep their little heads on or it's going to blow off. That'll be a bit awkward. As I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but as a heads up for the next Dylan Rounds video, well, I'll probably upload tomorrow, and if not, day after. I'll just simply be looking back at the documentary and clearing up the misinformation, how they portrayed me, kind of slandering my name in a way. Oh wow, works in costume, Disney. Dylan kept his belongings there. Right. So yeah, I'll be covering that documentary, clearing up that mess tomorrow, set the record straight in a separate video. It could be short, but you know, it just has to be done. I could do like a bit of map dodgy time afterwards, but not in the same video though, because it's a serious message. You got to deliver it with a serious tone, or because if not, people won't believe you, especially when you get new viewers coming on in, if that ever does happen. You want to make things clear so people understand. If they don't understand, they might believe more into the documentary than anything else. Or anyone watching in the background, if you got any questions regarding the case, feel free to list it down below. or if it's about Kenny Veach, you can mention that, or Idaho 4. I'm not an expert on Idaho 4, but you know, if you want to start any discussions, you can. There was another feature I noticed when it said live streams. When you start it up on mobile, it says something like stream live together. I don't know what that means exactly. Does that mean you can live stream with another person at the same time? I guess. How would it work? I don't know. How much control do you have over it? I'm not sure. Because obviously then it could raise the discussions of, oh, well, let somebody else on and stuff, and you probably end up getting some dodgy person or something impersonating somebody else who comes onto the show and then flashes an image on the screen or says a certain word, then the video gets reported, then it gets taken down, then the channel gets taken down. You know, it's kind of like I'm already thinking 5 steps ahead as to what could go wrong. That's the first thing that comes into my mind. What goes wrong? What's the next thing that could go wrong? Instead of what could go right. That's just how I am. I feel like I'm getting to the stage of I want to experiment with other videos, but just completely random stuff. Truth and Translucent. Shout out to Truth and Translucent for popping on in. I've not seen them before. Hi. They slander you in the documentary. Sorry to that. Yes, Leopard. They did slander my name, painted a bad picture upon me. They actually cut up the video footage of me making it seem like I said a certain conspiracy when I was actually quoting it from somebody else. But I do have the full video, which I can share part of it next time round, so then you can hear it for yourself. And I can provide the full link to the video where I give my overall conclusion on it in the comment section. It's a screen black for all of you. Don't worry, Translucent. I'm here. I'm present. I'm just lurking in the darkness. All under control. I do that because of battery. I mean, to be honest, even if I do the video like completely in the dark or with a black screen, it's not really any different to like the other true crime live streams out there that will do it on StreamYard. Is it StreamYard? And the background is just black with a little profile picture in the middle. It's kind of like the same thing, to be honest. I just don't want to waste the battery. Please go live. Truth and Translucent, I am live right here, right now. This is me. Okay? Normally it's a live premiere, but this time it's different. Any AUPs? What does AUP stand for? Is it equivalent to UFO? Aircraft something P? I don't know. What does AUP mean? As I said, I tried pointing it at the sky, but it just doesn't seem to show much. Maybe I could try it though. I don't know if it'll work. I can just have a little look about and see if I can see the moon. So give me a second, okay? There's stars in the sky, but I don't know if you'll be able to see them. What's that, Missy? Yes, screen was black, and for me, audio and video are out of sync. It's spooky. So, yes, the light is on now. I just keep turning it on and off. That's why the screen's black. Technically, if you turn the brightness up, you could possibly see something present, but as I said, I don't want to waste battery. Battery on the torch, because it's, you know, it's powered that way. Where is the moon? Look, even when I've got the light off, you got to flip the image around. I forgot. Look, there you go. I was wondering what you make of the recent USA admissions to UFO and Kenny Veach. Are you talking about that guy called Grouch or something? Where there's like the US government have 30 UFO crafts or something? Is that what you're referring to? Yes, skeptical. What does UAP mean? That's what I'm just wondering, and then I'll reply. Can you see any stars? Ah, there's one. That's a star. Let me put the torch down so I can zoom on in. Put that there. Yes, right, okay. What's my thoughts? Well, if we're connecting it to Kenny Veach, personally, I don't think UFOs are directly involved with Kenny Veach, because I've documented CCTV footage of what appears to be Kenny Veach back in 2018 and a call made on his Facebook account in 2022. In general, though, as for the presence of possible UFOs out there and within the area of the Mojave Desert, you never know. You know, you've got Area 51 and dodgy stuff going on there behind the scenes, to do with the government as well. They might have retrieved some things or done some kind of experiments at the base, who knows, underground. Right. Any more stars in the area? Which is the brightest star present? Ooh. When you end up looking up, walking around, you end up losing your balance. Well, I do. Yes, should make. Should make what? Pancakes. Zoom on in. There we go. We got a star. It's only a star. I heard recently... I don't know if when I zoom in, if the volume changes. There's a plane. Do you think Kenny is alive? Yeah, I'd say so, because I documented potential proof that he is alive. You'll have to check back on my channel to see that. Cleo's here. You got a bit of light source over that way. You were supposed to hit this. I'm in SD and move up the coast. I watch Weather Moon Plus on YouTube. He gives details of the USA. Much over going there. Street lamp over there, I believe. That's all. At least it's a view to look at. That's positive, I guess. I think when it gets colder, the sky gets clearer. Triangular. I actually heard the government is building triangular UFOs near Wendover. Why triangle? Dodgy. Welcome to those in the background watching, whoever you are. If you do have any, I don't know, comments, questions regarding Dylan Rounds, or if there's anyone watching right now and you want to hear my thoughts on the Dylan Rounds case, make sure to leave a comment in the live chat right now. Probably the best area to be looking at the sky. I said, I don't know what the quality is when doing these live streams. Obviously, it can play a factor. Quality may not be as good. Yes, please. What, Cleo? What do you want? What do you want? Ooh. So much darker over that way. You see the train? Nope. Too dark. I mean, I don't know if there's any Wi-Fi on the front. If there was Wi-Fi on the front, I probably could do the video there. But then again, it's too messy just because of things around. Your opinion on Dylan? So Cleo, specifically, what do you want based on my opinion of the case? What area or what theme? Let me know, Cleo. What is the hour there? What the time right now? UK time. It's 2300 hours here. I can do this live stream for another 30 to 40 minutes, okay? I don't know how effective these live streams are. What's this? My Park, California. Okay. Does this coverage cover Idaho for truth and translucent? Kind of. You know, if you want me to, if you want me to share my thoughts on the case, then just let me know. Okay. I'm not an expert on it. I've only looked at little parts, but you know, some things picked up on, right? Done the odd few videos on the case. Not too deep, but possibilities. Okay. So Tom says, do you have any evidence that Dylan is dead? For sure. So I'd base it off, there's evidence to suggest it, and then I would add on by giving my interpretation of it. So with the extent of blood found upon Brenner, which belongs to Dylan, and for Dylan to still be missing, it would highlight that Dylan wasn't in a good way at the time. If you was to say blood, but no body yet. But for the length of time Dylan has been out there, let's just say, who's going to be keeping him alive? Let me just ask you a quick question, Tom, and then we can bounce it back. So it seems as if you're kind of wondering maybe there's possibilities Dylan is alive. My question to you, Tom, is do you feel that Dylan could be alive and that he's being held captive somewhere? Is that what you think, Tom? Let me know down below, and then I can follow on from that. Yes, I would love you too. Is Brian guilty? So that's what Truth and Translucent says. So what I would say, Truth and Translucent, his alibi, at least from what I last heard of, him driving around in the area, going on long drives at night time. Yeah, other people do that. Yeah, I guess it's a normal thing. Is it a strong enough alibi in this case? Not really. You know, if DNA was never found of Koberger inside of the house, then maybe the alibi of just driving about would make more sense. Shout out to Missing Remote popping back on in. Warlike Ref, do you think Kurt is involved in Dylan's disappearance? At this moment in time, I'd say it's kind of, my suspicion has worn off. Okay? Appreciate that, Inky. In the past, was it Florida? So in the past, Florida, I was suspicious of Kurt Wadsworth because of how he was behaving at times. Though, from now till then, it just feels like it's worn off a bit. Unless down the line there's more evidence that pops on up, more questioning there. Yeah, I know that arrest warrant on Kurt Wadsworth in recent time, but that's completely different away from the Dylan Rouse case, so I'm not really including that. Have you heard how much blood was in the video? Yes, but not captive, I guess. So what do you mean, Tom? I mean, as for the blood, I don't know how much blood, but you interpret it as on the hands, on the sleeves, on the shirt. That's a fair bit, to be honest. And if there's any blood in the Grangeshed property too. So what, Tom? You don't think he was held captive, but you think he's alive? If that was the case, then what? Are you suggesting that Dylan has just walked away and started a new life and keeping a low profile? As well, I can add on Truth and Translucent by saying the fact that there is unknown DNA of 3 other males at the house at the scene of the crime, and those 3 unknown males have not been located or identified since, that is very odd. I would also add on Truth and Translucent the fact that those 3 unknown males have never come forwards and said, hey, that's our DNA, because they've never owned up. It would imply that they're guilty in some way or another. why would they stay quiet? And then it branches off two ways, truth and translucent. Right? If that's really the case, is it either A, Koberger was set up by those three unknown males because of some kind of long-standing grudge? Or was it B, Koberger and those three males all teamed up together? But then why would Koberger take the rap, take the fall, and be punished, and not take the other people down with him? And if anyone did have an issue with Koberger, does it stem back from the university? Some kind of disagreement? Some kind of falling out in the past and wanted to get revenge? But this is the thing, truth and translucent. If you are going to frame someone for a crime, an extreme crime like that, first of all, you got to commit the crime yourself. You got to be in that mindset to begin with. And why would you specifically target that set of people at that house? For whoever to target those people at that house, is there a reason behind that? There's like two motives. You know, we're basing it off Koberger being set up. First of all, an individual, or let's say three guys, as it was described. Did they have an issue with those students at that house? Or was it just pick anyone, random at sight, take it out on them, pin the blame onto Koberger? It makes you wonder, did those supposed unknown males know anything about Koberger's dodgy behaviour at the university and thought, well, if we pin the blame onto him, people are more likely to, you know, think he's guilty because of his previous behaviour. I'm looking at his past history. And the other thing is, with that glove of that unknown male being found outside of the window, that implies, was that because the person was climbing in or climbing out of the window and the glove fell out the person's pocket because there was only one left behind? Maybe the other glove was still in the trouser pocket of the male when leaving the place. What's this? When the phone video came into evidence, I changed my mind. Too much of the evidence is this case is very convenient evidence. Did you hear the court news today? No, Cleo. Which court news are you talking about? Haha, skeptical Koberger. Burger King. Could have been set up. He rubbed many people the wrong way. Yeah. The more enemies you make, the more likely you are to be targeted down the line. Kind of like me within the Dylan Rounds case, right? When the phone call video came, okay, and they can't find a body. I still say that that video recording was probably the one key thing, the catalyst in getting Brenner charged with the murder of Dylan Rounds, for sure. Because this is like the counterpoint you can add in. Sure, people can say, yeah, but is Brenner the only one, the one to do it all? Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe, maybe not. But is there any evidence or strong proof to suggest that somebody else is present or was at the time? Like if that video recording inside Brenner's trailer at the time was like moving as if someone was holding the camera, then you could say there's a second person involved, right? Constantly raining out there. It's not raining here, Cleo. And Cleo, what were you talking about the court case? What court case? Corey's showed up. Oh, Corey, are you referring to the video footage, that time-lapse video that it will never be shown in public? I understand. I'd understand that. I think quite a few people, though, are a bit interested in watching it. I mean, me personally, am I interested in watching it? It'd probably feel a bit weird knowing what happened. Would it be really sensitive or really gory? Probably not. I've probably seen worse in the past, but still. Seems like, to me at least, seems like sensitive information, evidence. Let me sit down for a bit. Turn the light back on. There's a few more objects laying about. It look a bit more spooky, right? Just glowing it past, on and off. Anyone watching in the background? Let me know your thoughts on it. particular case if you have any. I mean, once I got to the point of covering as many Dylan Rounds videos as I can do, then I might return back to Kenny Beach, or if there's any other stuff that needs to be done in between. We should see it during trial. It's televised. Kenneth Cooley said she had an old phone. That's the X over to old store videos. Do you think they will find Dylan? That's what Matt Lingo says. I think Dylan will be found at some point, but the longer it goes on, the harder it gets. To some people emotionally, others physically. In terms of Dylan himself physically as well, because, you know, remains, certain aspects can decompose. Other times it can, like, I don't know, be spread about by animals, depending on the situation. That's why Matt Lingo, when you hear reports of the weather, when you hear that there's flooding in the area, or there could be flooding coming up, it could disturb evidence, it could unearth things, you never know, and then, you know, you got to be active to try and get a hold of it if anything does get displaced anywhere. Hand's gone cold. Stretch the hand a little bit. It's still good how you can flip the camera though. I still think, sadly, he's in a landfill. If that's the case, Matt Lingo, do you feel that Dylan is like buried deep in the landfill by now? Does it ever get to the point where you just can't go for it? That's what was in the garbage bags, my opinion. Yeah, I was thinking that as well, Matt Lingo, because, you know, even if it's dark saying, it is possible to put body parts into trash bags. I think it was like that with Jeffrey Dahmer, I believe, body parts in trash bags. But the only counterpoint, what I would say is, if the police and Candice Cooley were present on site at the time of when those trash bags were taken out of the shed, then surely they would have noticed something was odd. Maybe dripping of blood, or marks on the bag, or the scent of it, or flies gathering, right? There's like a carcass somewhere, like animals, you get flies gathering and stuff. Then wouldn't that happen near Brenner's vehicle? Yeah, it didn't. I do think, though, all in all, at the end of the day, that those trash bags had some kind of evidence within them. But what exactly? Would it be clothing? Well, it wasn't Brenner's clothing, because the police retrieved his shirt, which had the blood on Dylan. Could it be Dylan's clothing? But if so, why would you unclothe Dylan? I wouldn't get that. Could it be an item or equipment? Could it be items which were at the scene of the crime, of the murder taking place, and he had to tidy it up, maybe? Not if they are good bags, like Flex bags. Oh, Matt Lingo, we're doing some advertising here. Flex Seal. Now that's a lot of damage. Probably inappropriate to say that right now, but yeah. A 22 would never blow out that much blood. That's true, that. One thing Ty Corbin has referred to in the past, and it's never really been updated ever since, was the missing chrome handgun of Brenner's. Still missing, supposedly. Personally, I feel if a firearm was used, then it would have been disposed of. Lol, was that your American accent? Not quite. If you want the American accent, I'll do it right now, leopard print. Obviously, there's different variants. It works better when certain people are present, because there's something to say. My god, oh my god, how could a plane be flying over when I'm trying to do a video? Like, seriously? You can't be serious, right? You know, what's this all about? You know, I'm trying to talk, and I just keep getting interrupted by petty-ass individuals. It's really unacceptable. My name's White Carrot. Yeah, I would like to see your manager, leopard print. Do you have a manager? Oh my goodness, you are the manager? Golly gosh, I'll be dang, mate. I'll be dang, man. I'm just trying to do my thing, you know, y'all. Love people saying y'all. Really sounds like you're playing on the banjo. Where's goddamn Betty Hayward at? Betty Hayward, where are you? Picking the corn, man? Riding down the field in a tractor, man? God damn. Whoa, my teeth look like a vampire right now. God damn, where are you, Lenny? Lenny, where are you? Boy, it's alright, don't worry. There you go, leopard print. Basically did the whole orchestra then. But yeah, the Valley Girl. I never knew what Valley Girl meant in the past. I remember some people mentioning it and I thought, what's that? And I typed it in online and then picked up on it. So there we go. When did I start doing it? Oh, I don't know. It's probably way back in the past when playing games with friends, right? You just mess about, say random stuff. It works. You can say it's practice down the line. I believe he drained the blood by hanging him upside down, which is why they found DNA in hole or bled out and shed, and either Dylan was on the bags. Okay. Matt Lingo, in your opinion, how and where exactly would Brenner hang Dylan? When looking up at the roof of the grain shed, I can't remember seeing any bars going across. Corey, no blood on his body, only a small amount in his eyes. Wait, what do you mean, Corey? What do you mean by only a small bit of blood in his eyes? Are you talking about Dylan or Brenner? And if you know that there's blood upon one or the other, then how do you know, visually speaking? Have you seen a photo, a video? In the shed. You're the shed. I'm the shed. I thought you were the table. It's fine, Cleo. It's okay. Dodgy typing. Auto type can definitely make conversations awkward at time. I've experienced that in the past. It just happens, right? Hey, I'm back. Internet went out. Sorry to hear that. I think what I'll do, what's that? Not talking about Dylan, my own brother. Oh, sorry to hear that. Oh, was that something completely different, Corey? They're just pushing back court date, Idaho case. Cleo, are you referring to Brian Koberger? Is that what you're talking about? What I will do, Tom, is once I've covered my Dylan Rounds videos and then I feel like I've reached a bit of a dead end, I'll do one more live stream about the stuff, but I'll do it earlier on, and I'll like make a post about it earlier on as well, and then see how many people turn up, and if it's the same amount as when we do the live premieres, the normal videos, then it'll be like an indication of the best time to do these. Because I do get that when I've done my live premiere, as many people have come in to watch that, and then maybe they need to take a break or do other things or look at other videos, hence why doing a live stream right now after that live premiere may not always work out. But I only do it at this time because, well, that live premiere just finished before. I couldn't overlap it, it wouldn't work. And I couldn't really do it earlier on because it wouldn't have been practical because of the time zone difference. When I did the live stream last night, I'd say it was under control because I was still able to sleep at night. When I did it the night before the live stream, I wasn't able to sleep and it was a bit bad. But that's only because I did it a bit too late and didn't give my body a chance to rest before going to bed. Let me just check the time. Okay, maybe about 20 more minutes left of this. Is Warlight Rest good now? I guess this sleep schedule, I'm able to sleep most of the time, but in terms of the time of going to bed, no, it is probably not that great. But maybe if I'm not really doing exercise, so it don't really matter. If I was doing like exercise and workouts, then yeah, sleep should be done more earlier. so the body recovers better. Which way is the camera facing? I don't know at this point. There we go. Got the lights in the background. So Inky, are you still there? Are you dry, more dry this time round? Or is it a bit wet where you are? Guidance, probably cooking at this moment in time. Betty Hayward, probably on the call line. Massive backlog. I don't know if YouTube favourite live streams or not. I don't know if YouTube favours short videos, long videos, I really don't know. Although I do YouTube quite often, obviously, I don't know all the ins and outs and the secrets, right? I've done experiments though on videos, appropriate title, engaging title. So it's like you get those videos on YouTube, vidIQ, and they say how to boost this, how to boost that, and it's like, no. Cover the latest trend, no. It's when they say, make a video, high-end quality equals success. Not at all. I started off basic, and then eventually, because it started working out, I put more effort in or put more time in, maybe better visually as well, and it just didn't work. And then the odd random videos did work, less effort. So this is where the reality doesn't make sense, that my most successful videos are with the least effort put in, or the least time consumed when making it. I normally say that hard work pays off. It seems to be the opposite at times. That's what I mean. It's a bit random. If there's anyone right now that needs to sleep, feel free to get sleep. I will eventually. I guess the other thing is, also in the past when people like may have been focused on live streams or live premieres, live chat or something. Ooh yeah, come on, let's talk it out, let's have it go. Boom, 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 catfights, high noon, duels, left, right, centre. When the opportunity arises, where are they at? Nowhere. Kind of like those times when they did those like 3-hour long, 7-hour long videos. Did they show up to have the catfights? Nope. Any drama? Nope. I mean, recently I've seen a few faces pop back in who may have had issues with me, and it seems to be a complete fresh slate all of a sudden, and it's like, why? Cleo, why are you frozen? Why are you frozen? Is your internet lagging? If you're cold, Cleo, just, I don't know, shake, jump up and down or something, and probably warm up that way. Ooh, is there a plane above me? I don't know if I can pick up on it. Yeah, there we go. Cleo saying, Warlike Raph, you piss me off. Well, that's unfortunate. To be honest, your erratic behaviour at times can get a little bit overwhelming. Oh, why has it stopped? What the hell? I can't see it anymore. Where's it gone? Well, that's weird. Where did that end up then? Did Ellie get a date or time off of the video of Brenner with blood and gun? Right, so Classy, I can respond to that. So the video of Brenner with the blood upon him and him cleaning a gun, it was on the 28th of May 2022, the timestamp being of the video at 7:27 AM within a 30-minute period of Dylan supposedly making it to the Grangeshed property at 7:03 a.m. and then onwards getting taken out, and then 7:27 being post-death of Dylan. Supposedly the video was only 27 seconds long, but people believe it to be much longer because it was described as a time-lapse video. As for Dylan's phone, which held that data on it, the phone was found June 19th, 2022. Upon recovering it at first, they supposedly didn't find anything on it, but due to a deep digital forensic analysis, that's how they retrieved that video footage. And I believe that's what led to the catalyst in Brenner being charged, which was March the 3rd, 2023. Hopefully that answers your question there. There are people out there that don't believe that footage is enough proof to suggest this or that. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like the only way maybe you can convince those type of people is they see the video for themselves. But then again, it's like, are they in a position to? Is the material too sensitive, important at this moment in time for it to be released public? Okay, that helped then. That's good to know, Classy. You got a horse profile picture, haven't you? I can do a horse sound, kind of. It's good about how when these live streams have ended, they're just instantly on YouTube. I don't have to really do much with them. Was that clear? I simply react to you is all. Sometimes I want to vanish from here, but it's hard. Oh, hold on. The chat keeps disappearing. Sometimes vanish from here, but it's hard, so you don't have to put up with me. Still can't see the moon. If you wonder what that is there, it's just like a little light thing on the side of the shed. Okay. Just these random lights. It'd be funny if people thought these were UFOs all along. That'd been funny, that. Oh, a few more people joining on in. Welcome to those who are a bit later joining. What's the time? Maybe 10-15 more minutes and then I've got to go. Unfortunately, you can't see the time on the screen at the same time. Hold on a minute. Matt Lingo, I'm sure Warlike Raf likes you better than me. Well, Matt Lingo, I wouldn't say you've done anything wrong. You've not caused me any trouble, so I appreciate that. I think at first, Matt Lingo, when you made your appearance with Dale, with Dale and some of the others, I thought, whoa, what's all this degenerative behaviour going on? But then again, I think it was Degen Island foreshadowing, so I think Miss T knew exactly what was going on. What does Corey say? Warlike Raf. That is only what Candice Cooley said, not info from the LE. They would not be okay to release that info, nor would an attorney release that would, in fact, excuse the case. So in terms of that info, what I told Classy, which was passed on from Candice Cooley in the first place, and you, Corey, are saying, well, that's only what Candice Cooley said, it's not exactly the truth, then why, Corey, is it mentioned in the official documents, roughly speaking? Why was it mentioned there? If Candice Cooley is wrong, why is it mentioned in the documents? I say nothing but gibberish most of the time. Well, in a sense, that's true, Matt. But to be honest, Matty boy, not as random as Toe Jam. When Toe Jam comes on in, he could be on a cooking show, and it'd be like, what the hell are you doing there? What have I done wrong, Warlike Raf? I guess it's just sudden changes in behaviour, Cleo. Sometimes that sudden change, it's like, oh. So Spirit is here. A spirit. Warlike Raf, it's obvious that Justin has been checking out Bob's videos, either on his own or someone reporting back to him. Why do you think he and probably others of the family keep checking YouTube video out? Wait, what do you mean, Spirit? Is this in relation to me and my channel, or just only on Bob? Lol, yes, I'm a degenerate for sure. Pam, I will see if I can find when we get down there. Okay, take your time. I'll write down the title down for you in comments and here and see this. Okay, well, I'll take a look at that afterwards or tomorrow. Yeah, what do you mean, Spirit, by your comment? What Bob Farrell said in the past was that someone hacked into his Facebook account and then reached out to Justin Rounds and said nasty stuff. Justin responded back and told him to lay off the Dylan Rounds case. But obviously it wasn't, well, in what Bob says, it wasn't him at the time. That's all I've heard. They're probably checking your videos out as well. Maybe. But then again, you could argue and say, do they have the time? Don't they have more important things to be doing than checking my videos out, I guess? That's why sometimes, like back at the start of this video when I was talking about possibilities of people reaching out with their information or side of the story, sometimes it's just better to allow them to do it in their own time. Sometimes if you go out demanding or appearing as demanding for answers, you reach out to the wrong people at the wrong time. I don't know, it can go wrong. Like, I would say myself, I can imagine some people out there may see me as the black sheep in the case or might have a negative aspect of me. I sense that at times if you do reach out, it could actually end up backfiring. You end up being worse off. So if people reach out, they reach out for a reason. If it's like, hey, you need to stop right now, you're causing more trouble, more harm than it's worth, then it's like, okay, I understand. That has not happened at this moment in time. Hold on. Matt Lingo. What Dale needs is our positive thoughts and prayers, if that's your thing, to heal up and put his big boy slacks on and say ridiculous things with me in chats. And fix the damn hole. Oh no, Matt. Are you saying that Dale has got a hole in his slacks? He's ripped his pants. What a shame. Watching, did I miss anything good? I guess you missed out on some key discussions. Spirit, why would they be doing that considering their disdain for you YouTube folks? Oh, Spirit, are you referring to YouTube limiting my videos for the last few months? And you're saying that it could be the family responsible. What I would say, Spirit, if that really was the case, it's not just my Dylan Rounds videos that have been previously limited. It's been any video I upload, random, okay? You should reach out to Justin and see if he'll talk to you. Justin didn't edit that docudrama. I don't think Justin would be too positive in my presence, with my presence, I should say. I don't know. When you get the sense, or you get that feeling of it'll cause more trouble than it's worth, that's exactly what I'm thinking right now. It's worked up to now, the style and coverage. Okay, maybe some people think more should be done, but just at least how I go about things, I don't always charge in like others. Maybe it's just the way I am, but I just do what I do and what I think needs to be done, and then go from there. It worked in the Kenny Veach case successfully, so I'm just trying to apply that here as well. Kind of like in the past where people said, oh, you should invite people onto your show, and then before I allowed that and thought, oh, maybe other channels were impacted negatively because of it. So it's like, oh, maybe it's a sign, an indication why it's not worth doing, and so on. Cleo, one more thing. Would you like me to leave channel for how erratic I am? At the end of the day, and it can apply to anyone present, if for whatever reason you feel the need to walk away or look at a different case, you need to take a break, you feel drained, for any reason, health related, physically, psychologically, whatever it may be, if you need to do something, you do what needs to be done based off your own decision. Matt, if I suddenly don't chat, it's because we are supposed to go to dinner and I've been on my phone, not getting around, and she's in the bathroom, so when that door opens, I gotta go. Well, Matt Lingo, as long as she doesn't do a watcher of crazy stuck on the toilet, it should be perfectly fine, right? And to be honest, if one does get stuck, I'm sure Matt Lingo, you're going to kick that door down like the Shockmaster. You're going to charge on in and rescue her. Just make sure your hat doesn't fall off. We don't want it falling down the toilet, do we? The word drains reminds me of Dale. Yeah, he was the first one to mention it. So Matt Lingo, let me know in a response in this live chat before I go. Should I do a healing video to do with Dale? Should I do a whipping video to do with Dale? Let me know right now. Should we do a healing video, a blessing one, to do with Dale, drains, whips, chains, whatever it might be that's present? I can do a separate video on that, probably live video premiere format though, because it's worked with other people. I've done healing videos for Inky when her throat was sore. It worked. I did healing videos when Watch Her Crazy's lawnmower wasn't working. I've done healing videos for Nance when her leg, her hamstring was a bit messed up. That worked. So I guess the same can be done for Dale. I don't know if it's one of those things where Dale has to physically watch it himself, but maybe if Laura watches it, the message can be passed on that way in some way. As for drains physically, there's not really any drains within the area. I'm not going to be jumping down any, but, you know, let's do a video. What's this? Watch. Okay, so Matt Lingo approves of that. So, yeah, that video can be done. I'll probably do that healing video, not tomorrow, but the day after, because tomorrow I need to do that important video addressing the misinformation of Warlike Wrath. Watching the drama, Justin never singled you out. If you rewatch the documentary, Nate talked about how people around the globe were covering the case on YouTube. Then they cut to you. Yeah, they did cut to me, but whether it be the documentary crew directly, whether it be influenced or not by the family, I was used as an example, and it was cut down to make it seem like I was the one saying a certain thing when I wasn't. Like putting words into my mouth when I didn't say that. So either the documentary crew was specifically doing that, because all they would have had to have done was do the research, watch the entire video of mine, and then understand that I'm not the one saying it. They failed to do that. So it makes me think either the documentary crew have an agenda towards YouTubers, or the family does, right? Maybe the family does, just in a very, very general format. Shout out to Matt Lingo for the super chat, very good of you. I'll send a super chat for your healing for him. Tyler Feller says it works. Well, it's just like a brief tester. Amen, Jesus. Tyler, send your candles towards Dale. Jesus. That should work. Watching the drama, but you did repeat the rumour, Vab. The thing is, wasn't so much repeating, it was more analysing it and coming to a conclusion at the end of the video, saying, I don't think that's the case. I don't believe in it strong enough. You know, I don't agree with it. So what I was actually doing at the time watching drama was I was putting it to bed. Not literally. I was simply saying how, here's an example of a theory, an idea. In my opinion, it seems a bit too far-fetched. It's hard to believe. In a way, I was kind of like silencing or putting it down. Not with force, just with thoughts to stop it from spreading. Does that make sense? If I did a video outright saying, oh yeah, I really believe in it, for sure, then I am enabling it to continue. But I did the opposite with logical thinking. Like knuckles to the brain. Oh yeah, Matt. What? 5 knuckle shovel? Is that what it's on about? Right, okay. So if you got any final questions, feel free to type them in right here, right now, because I'm on the verge of going to sleep. Okay? So you got any final thoughts? Let me know right now. I'll try and answer them, and then I'll go. Okay? Corey, Warlight Ref, the courts and legal teams and judge make the final, not based on Canis Cooley or Justin's narrative. The whole thing will be looked at, not just one side, all the players. Yeah, of course, and maybe it will reveal more than ever before. But at this moment in time, it's not happening. It's a waiting game. So in the meantime, it's just talking, discussing, looking at possible avenues and different directions. And it has been successful. Certain ideas and stories or reconstructions of what may have happened as told on the map, in some way or another, at times may have come true. Right? So it does work. Like, leading me away in a gentle way, good night all, good night Cleo. Missy, so many claim to have inside information and secret sources. It will spread until the truth comes out. I do think, Missy, that at times it felt like there might have been a hierarchical structure in which people supposedly knew more than others and then drip fed it to others. But then at the same time, it could have been a waste of time because it didn't really lead to much. And those that supposedly did have a lot of info kind of faded out. Matt Lingo, send a super chat, it helps. Super chat in the name of Tyler Raff. Oops, wrong word. Oh, do a live one day and show us your drains. I'll probably end up falling down it. Warlight Raff indeed, it's all good. Why at my hair? I need answers. Right. Any final points? Nice, I think that's a good time. Managed to do the video, this live stream a bit longer this time round. Managed to talk about a range of stuff, so that's all good. I think these live streams probably will be more beneficial, like when we do those afterthoughts, especially if we've done like a really heavy, deep video and you need a bit of a debrief. You have a good night, Wallet Raf. Thanks for entertaining me. You're welcome, Matt. It's good that this video was still fun to watch because I didn't get as crazy this time. Watching drama, the answers will only come from the court. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so if people are going to bed now, good night. If people are still awake or it's early, good evening. That's the correct form. I'll go to sleep now, and then tomorrow do the next Dylan Rounds video. It could be shorter, of course, but you know it will be important nevertheless. So good night, Corey. And good night to anyone and everybody else in the background watching. Missy, have many dreams of white towels, preferably dry ones, for the best outcome. So yeah, I'll end it now. Good night.